Hello friends, I'm back. Sorry for not posting. I've been busy to say the least, but you could have seen that on the community page. Anyways, today we will be going over the history of Amakusa Air. Without further ado, let's get into it. Unlike the previous videos, our story doesn't start with deregulation, but rather with an airport. In 1982, Kumamoto Prefecture would announce their intentions of constructing a new airport, and to say the least, it would be quite controversial, considering Kumamoto Prefecture already has an airport in Kumamoto, which saw recent expansion. The Amakusa Islands would be chosen for the location of the new airports, with the approval for construction by the Japanese Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transports, or MLIT for short, giving its approval in 1990, with construction beginning in 1992. During the construction process, Kumamoto Prefecture would reach out to Airlines, seeing if they were interested in operating at the new airport. Unfortunately, since the new airport was in close proximity to Nagasaki, Saga, and Kumamoto, which each saw their own airports, Airlines were unwilling to take a chance with operating at the new airport. Even with upcoming deregulation, there were still no suitors. By 1998, it was looking like the airport had been a waste of taxpayer money. As a result, Kumamoto Prefecture would announce that they would be establishing a new airline, which would be based at the airport. Amakusa Airlines would be founded on October 12, 1998, with Kumamoto Prefecture controlling 80% of the shares and Japan Airlines controlling the other 20%. Japan Airlines would also provide maintenance and other support when needed. With Amakusa Airport close to being finished, Kumamoto Prefecture would have to move quickly, and they would, securing a brand new Q100 registered Juliet Alpha 81 Alpha Mike. The Q100 would be delivered in January 1999 to Kumamoto, I'd assume, since Amakusa wasn't open, and they would receive a new livery, with the livery being designed by a child, I guess. But if you do know, I'd be appreciative if you could let me know. I'd assume it'd be in a contest similar to Japan Air Systems 777 design contest. Amakusa Airlines would announce services between Kumamoto and Fukuoka to Amakusa Airport, with Fukuoka seeing 3 round trips per day, and Kumamoto seeing 1. Amakusa Airport would be completed sometime in 1999, with Amakusa Airlines beginning service on March 23, 2000. The airline's strategy was to target business travelers, with the main point laid out in their advertising being the fact it was only 35 minutes between Fukuoka and Amakusa by air compared to a 4-hour drive, and a 20-minute flight to Kumamoto from Amakusa compared to a 2.5-hour drive. In 2006, Amakusa Air would carry their 50,000th passenger. These are solid numbers considering the airline had limited operations due to Amakusa Airfield having a curfew from 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. and obviously because the airline operated only 2 routes with 1 aircraft. In the following years, Amakusa Air would gradually lose traffic due to the opening of the Kyushu Shinkansen in 2004, which runs between Fukuoka and Kagoshima. Matsuyama would be added to the route network, seeing a W pattern route between Amakusa to Kumamoto, then continuing onto Matsuyama, with the same in reverse, Matsuyama to Kumamoto, then onto Amakusa. While the addition of this route would initially stabilize passenger numbers for the rest of the year, in the following years, passenger numbers would continue to drop, and in order to hopefully turn the tide, Amakusa Airfield's curfew would change from 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. to 7:40 a.m., allowing for Amakusa Air to operate more flights. Fast forward to 2008, Matsuyama would be dropped on September 1st in favor of operating flights to the newly opened Kobe Airport, with the route still remaining as a W pattern. The 2008 financial crisis would hit Amakusa Air hard, carrying a record low amount of passengers. 2 years later, in 2010, services to Kobe would be terminated, with again a new airport being chosen as a replacement. This time, Osaka Itami Airport would be chosen as the final leg. Despite the precarious position of the airline, Amakusa Air would secure an order for a brand new ATR 42-600. A new livery would be designed for the aircraft, with the Q100 scheduled to receive the new livery sometime in the future. These moves would surprisingly turn out well for the airline, seeing passenger numbers return to pre-2004 levels. Fast forward to 2015, the ATR 42 would be delivered, picking up the registration Juliet Alpha 01 Alpha Mike. By the start of 2015, when the ATR was delivered, the Q100 had become problematic, seeing numerous cancellations due to maintenance. As a result, the Q100 would be phased out in 2017, seeing it head to Norway to join Fly Viking. Also in 2017, Japan Airlines and their main regional affiliate, Japan Air Commuter, were in a transition period, with Japan Air Commuter retiring their SAB 340s and their older Dash 8s. As a result, Amakusa Air would secure a contract with Sabena Technics for heavy maintenance, with the ATR 42 heading out to Sabena Technic Asia facilities in Singapore occasionally for heavy maintenance. Once the contract expired in 2019, Amakusa Air returned to Japan Airlines for maintenance. During the aftermath of the global pandemic, Amakusa Air, along with ANA, JAL, Japan Air Commuter, and Oriental Air Bridge, would establish the Essential Air Service Alliance, which aimed to keep open necessary air links in Kyushu and the northern Ryukyu Islands. As a result, Amakusa Air began code-sharing with all the aforementioned airlines. In 2025, because of a lightning strike putting out an aircraft, Amakusa Air would be forced to cancel a total of 188 flights over a 3-day span. Anyways, that wraps up today's history of Amakusa Air. I know it was a short video, but if you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you have any critiques, just let me know. And if you didn't like the video, just tell me why. Give me no feedback if you just dislike and don't tell me anything. But anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.